Hey everybody, it's Jeff from Daybreak, and we're starting our green room performances off with a good one here. I am sitting with Kaitie Wade. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. Thanks for coming down and talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Kaitie Wade, a singer-songwriter, has Vacay, the new single coming out in June.
That's
and
right.
Tell me a little bit about yourself. Lake Tapps of the Puyallup area?
So I'm originally from Lake Tapps, Washington. Kind of grew up there, went to school there, graduated, and then went down to Belmont University in Nashville, Tennessee. To study music, and after that I decided to go full-blown artist career. Was not expecting to, but it's what happened. So I kind of went all out in the artist thing. I played a lot downtown, did some radio stuff, and wrote my first EP, and it was an absolute blast. But I'm glad to be home.
So talk to me a little bit about you're in Nashville. Is that where you really got the bug down there? And talk to me about the style of music. I'm assuming it leans a little country if you're down there in Nashville.
I'd say my style is kind of like it definitely has country, but I think it's also kind of a little bit of classic rock and a little bit of pop, because I can't sit here and tell you that I'm classic country at all, because I did not grow up on classic country.
Right.
I grew up on Shania Twain and Bon Jovi. And so that's kind of part of what influenced my sound. When I first got down there, I was set on being like a Colby Calais style. I was like, I'm not doing country. I don't know what. I was just like, no. And then after a few like voice lessons, I was like, no, I mean, it just fits my voice to do country, so I have to. And then it became like the love of my life. So now I'm doing country.
And kind of that classic rock pop feel too, kind of an ode back to the Northwest a little bit, so you're not full-blown country.
That's right.
Talk to me a little about what it's like in Nashville for young artists as they're working their way up through the honky-tonks that you've played at.
It's crazy. It's very fun. It's a very different experience that you'll never experience anywhere else. It's always full of a lot of people. Every bar, no matter what time of day, I've played at 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and it's still packed.
Really?
Yeah, they don't stop flooding in. Nashville's a huge tourist destination now, especially for like bachelorette parties and everything. And so they don't stop. They keep coming in. Wednesday, like, doesn't matter, any day of the week they're gonna be there. That's as far as the fans and the audience go. It's insane. I think that's the main thing that differs from anywhere else to Nashville, is that the energy is so buzzing and high. So that was interesting to get used to, because in college I was just doing performances on stage, like mechanic performances, right? Then I get into the real world and I'm like, oh wow, I have to actually move a lot on stage to keep up with their energy. And that's kind of what kind of gave me my grounds of stage presence to begin with, is just throw myself into the fire. So it was very fun, though.
I was checking out the website, kwademusic.com, where you can find all the information about the single and the EP. It looks like you've had some great opportunities down in Nashville to rub shoulders with some of the great artists down there. What's it like to interact with them, seeing that, man, I could be there. I'm working my way there.
Yeah, I think it's very, I'd say the number one word is inspiring. Because they'll tell you stories about how they started out by living in an old gas station, or like they ate ramen, they ate 3-day-old pizza, like, and that was actually Jason Aldean. I'm quoting from him because I met him back in February, and it was insane, and I was like, oh my gosh. But hearing their story and like how they didn't just suddenly become huge, like they are doing exactly what I did. They put in 10 years before they even were noticed by anyone, and so it's very inspiring to know that, like, I've only been doing this artist thing for like 2 or 3 years. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, I still have many years, and I'm going to keep going no matter what. But it's just very inspiring and encouraging to see them, and they're all just so genuine and nice. It's like you just feel like you're talking to a friend. So it's great. Your
EP starts with a song, has a couple tracks on it. You write all the tracks yourself, or do you have help at all? Yeah, so Nashville's really big on co-writing.
I think that two minds together are better than one, and that, my EP itself is a great example of that. I co-wrote most of them with my buddy Dylan Ander. He's an expert songwriter. He now owns his own publishing company. He's up in New York, LA, and Nashville every single week. He goes to all 3 places.
Wow.
He's very busy. But so I co-wrote all of them with him. I kind of come in with an idea. I'm like, man, there's these missing gaps, like, what do I put here? And then he'll fill them in, and that's why co-writing's so special. So
you wake up in the middle of the night and have an idea for a song, or are you driving down the road and you notice something and you go, it kind of leads you to thinking about something else, and a song comes from that?
I'd say for me, it's always like in the car, in the shower. I have had a few times where I wake up in the middle of the night, but for the most part, it's usually when I'm like traveling somewhere and I'm just thinking about life, and like I'm a really deep thinker, so I don't just like oh, there's a stoplight, there's a bush. Like, I'm like, when I'm in the car, like on the way here, I was even just like, wow, like just thinking about everything so deeply. And like, that's when my songs come, because I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds like a song. But my new single came because I was working 2 serving jobs, and I also was playing my wedding, and I had music, and it was this wild summer, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need a vacay. Then I was like, oh yeah. So I started writing that song while I was driving, and it got finished, I mean, in January. It was one that took a while because I couldn't figure out what to put in the verses and stuff, but I'm really excited for everyone to hear it. So.
When's it come out?
June 7th to all outlets.
Also Spotify, Apple Music, where you can find all your music too, right?
Yep.
KWademusic.com. You're kind of on tour now, going to different places around the Northwest. You're going to circle back here to Shelton on May 24th. Yep. Play over across the way at the El Serape Cantina. You've played there before, right?
Yes, I love it there. It's a great place. And it's always a rowdy time.
Yeah, for sure. So what are you going to play for us today?
So I'm going to play my last radio single called Don't Wanna Miss. It's about Watershed Festival. And basically my life goal is to get on that stage, and I will. So #Watershed. I tag them in every post. They're probably very annoyed, but I do not care. Don't care.
Hey, whatever gets the attention there.
You got to be persistent. That's the #1 thing I've learned. But this song is really special to me because it was my first song I've ever heard on the radio. And I'm excited to release this next one to radio. And now it's like been 2 years already. It's crazy.
What's it like to be driving on the road and then your song comes on the radio?
It's super surreal. I think after a while it just becomes like, oh, cool. But like the first time I was a fangirl. Not of myself, but the fact that they were playing my song. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can actually like be on the radio. Like my whole life goal when I was younger was just to like sing on a stage or be in a recording studio. And now it's like my goals keep getting bigger, which is so special. And it's such a blessing, but yeah, it's crazy. Radio plays a huge part in everyone else hearing your music. So.
Is it mostly just you and the guitar? Do you have a band that backs you up at all?
So for my live shows, I do some with full band and some with acoustic. So my shows at El Serape and Shelton are usually acoustic. The farther away gigs are harder to get everyone down for.
Yeah, I bet.
But then there's shows like Ellensburg Rodeo where it's like a bigger stage. You know, they're able to accommodate a band our size. I have 4 guys in my band. They're awesome. But yeah. So as far as radio tour stuff, it's just me and my guitar usually in my tiny little Toyota Corolla. So.
Little intimate. I mean, it's nice. You really connect with the audience there at a different level. Kaitie Wade is going to perform for us right after this.
This song is called Don't Wanna Miss. Another night out in Washington. Pray to God that it won't rain again. Yeah, we're dancing to music that everyone knows, and the night's still young, so let's see where it goes. Let's hit the road about 10:30, then kick it downtown till 4 a.m. So baby, what you say, how you feeling now? We can light it up, set a fire to this town. Do it cause we're free, do it cause we young, do it cause the time flies by when you got this love. Raise that glass high, feel that wild love, pull me in close, seal it off with a kiss, the kind of night that you don't wanna miss. Take it back to a time when the sun was too strong and the music so loud that you can't hear at all. We pushed our way up to the side of the stage where we laughed and we danced for 3 whole days. They'll call us crazy, but we don't mind. For now we're screaming out, I love this life. So baby, what you say, how you feeling now? We can light it up, set a fire to this town. Do it cause of fear, do it cause we young, do it cause the time flies by and you got this love. Raise that glass high, feel that wild love, pull me in close, seal it off with with a kiss, the kind of night that you don't want to miss. Won't miss $10 beer, but it's only good vibes here. We come back every year. So baby, what you say? How you feeling now? We can light it up. Do it 'cause I'm free, do it 'cause we young, do it 'cause the time flies by when you got this love. Raise that glass, I feel that wild. Pull me in close, seal it off with a kiss. Pull me in close, seal it off with a kiss. Yeah, pull me in close, seal it off with a kiss. The kind of night that you don't want to miss. And this next tune is called Diamonds. It is also on my EP, which is on iTunes and Spotify, and my website, kwademusic.com. Tiny bit of background, real quick. I have suffered from anxiety and depression my whole life, and I know a lot of other people do too, so I decided to write this song. It was the last song I put in my EP because I was like, this is too vulnerable. I decided to do it anyway, and I'm happy about how many people it's influenced so far, so I hope it can influence another person. This is Diamonds. Smiling faces under city lights, feeling like I'm drowning in the rising tide. Everybody seems to breathe just fine. Shaking, feet are feeling heavy, and I'm stuck in a place that's got me feeling like I'm nothing. Will I ever make it out? Tried to run, pack my bags, gonna take the next flight home. Something stopped me in my tracks, a little voice in my soul. I know you're tired, but don't ever give up. You gotta hold on tight. When the going gets tough, there's still a spark inside. They can't burn it out. The war is on and you're under attack, so take your fighter heart. There's no turning back. I know it's hard sometimes. You can't see past the horizon, but you're not too far from the diamonds. So I turned around, decided to stay, waited out for a couple more days, took the meds, but I could barely stay awake. Faked a smile, closed my eyes, still the darkness filled my head. Swore that I would leave this town, but something in me said, I know you're tired, but don't ever give up. You gotta hold on tight. When the going gets tough, there's still a spark inside. They can't burn it out. The war is on and you're under attack, so take a fighter heart. There's no turning back. I know it's hard sometimes. You can't see past the horizon, but you're not too far from the diamonds. Oh, you've been on this road so long. Oh, but you're never too far gone. I know you're tired, but don't ever give up. When the going gets tough, there's still a spark inside. They can't burn it out. The war is on and you're under attack, so take your fight. There's no turning back. I know it's hard sometimes. You can't see past the horizon, but you're not too far from the diamonds. Ooh, you're not too far. You're not too far.
Once again, that was Kaitie Wade. Thank you so much. It was sounding great. Vacay is the new single out in June. Those two songs were from the EP Starts With a Song. You can find it at Spotify, Apple Music, KWademusic.com. And she'll be back here in Shelton on May 24th playing at the El Serape Cantina. So come on out and see you. Thanks for coming. It was wonderful meeting you.